Top story tonight, Tybee Island police say a new license plate reader has been installed at the Lazaretto Creek Bridge, and officers say the technology is already helping them solve crimes and respond quicker to emergencies. WSAV's Nakaya Harris is joining us now with a closer look at how the system works and how police are addressing privacy concerns.
Now, Tina, police say there has been some confusion online about these devices, so they are breaking down what they are and what they aren't, and how they are being used across Tybee Island as concerns grow over privacy and surveillance. Tybee Island Police Captain Emery Randolph says the department recently installed a new flock system at the Lazaretto Creek Bridge, adding to a system already used across the island. While many people refer to them as cameras, police say they are actually license plate readers.
So instead of getting a constant video feed to somebody sitting behind a monitor, it's just delivering vehicle information to our officers.
Randolph says license plate readers have been used on Tybee Island since 2022. There are currently 28 devices in place with plans to expand to 33.
Throughout their history here on the island, they've helped us solve a wide variety of crimes and other incidents. Everything from felony theft to hit and run to a shooting.
While Randolph says the island is a relatively safe community, he says tools like these help officers respond faster and stay ahead of potential threats.
There's no magical force field that's protecting the island. That's the men and women of the Tybee Island Police Department that are working hard 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And so if we can stack the deck against the people who are coming down here to commit horrible crimes, then you better believe that we're going to do that. That if this was your property that was stolen, your family member that was in danger, you would definitely want us to use every tool that we had available to help that person or to recover your property.
Now, Captain Randolph says this is just another tool in the toolbox used to help keep Tybee Island safe, and they plan to continue using it as a broader public safety effort. Nakaya Harris, WSAV News 3, on your side.
Nakaya, thank you. A former preschool teacher in Beaufort County has either been investigated for or charged with child sex crimes in 3 states. The Low Country School where Brandon Baker worked says they did all the proper background checks, but new state reports obtained by WSAV's Danielle Cobb may say otherwise.
Baker was taken into custody from Sea Island Sprouts Preschool, where we learned he worked with young children. The school says they conducted all proper background checks upon hiring, but state reports obtained by WSAV may tell a different story.
I don't know whether he was required to be fingerprinted, but that to me is the gold standard, because that will get you a record if there's a history out there.
After Baker's arrest in Beaufort County, another case, this time in federal court, was filed. He is now facing federal sexual exploitation of a child charges in Iowa. According to court documents, Baker possessed several nude images of a young boy in handcuffs, which were taken in November of 2013. But it didn't stop with a picture. Investigators say the victim confirmed in an interview that he and Baker had a regular sexual relationship. Baker was also named in a child pornography investigation out of Colorado, where authorities state he was serving as a preschool teacher. He was released after questioning, and the investigation is said to still be open as of 2024. While the Port Royal Preschool told WSAV that they conducted all proper checks when they hired him, Department of Social Services inspection reports from September show the school had not completed FBI or SLED background checks on 3 employees. They also had 1 employee who had not received sex offender registry checks. DSS did say the background checks were resolved in October, and we don't know how long Baker was at the school or when he was hired. But attorney Jared Newman says registry checks should flag open investigations and prior arrests in the system.
If DSS does an investigation, they can find probable cause that abuse or neglect happened, even though the law enforcement might not have enough evidence to go forward. Then your name is put in the registry. And there is a mechanism under due process. You can have a hearing as to that, and the government has to prove that you need to be in the registry.
Now I asked the school if the owner or administrator wanted to speak with WSAV about the DSS reports from last year. They told me they would not participate in interviews, nor would they be discussing any past reports or internal processes. The school did confirm that they are still open and operating. Danielle Cobb, WSAV News 3, on your side.
A serious incident unfolded today at Thomas Hayward Academy in Ridgeland. Police say 2 students are facing charges after a gun was brought to campus. Ridgeland police were called to Thomas Hayward Academy around 2:30 this afternoon after a student brought a gun to school. The student let a friend borrow the weapon, and authorities say that friend began showing it off, even pointing it at another student. That student quickly alerted faculty, who immediately contacted police officers. They arrived, confiscated the gun, and interviewed the student involved. 2 juveniles have now been arrested and will be taken to Columbia to face charges through the Department of Juvenile Justice. Savannah police are asking for the public's help identifying a person of interest connected to a robbery. Take a good look at his photos. SPD says investigators want to speak with this man about a robbery that happened on Savannah's east side last November. If you know who this person is, call Crime Stoppers at 912-234-2020. The Chatham County Sheriff's Office has a 24-year-old man on charges of attempted kidnapping and stalking. Authorities say they received 16 separate complaints about the suspect, and now some of his alleged victims are coming forward. WSAV's Isabella Baez spoke with one woman who says she was targeted just last year.
It got so horrible to the point where I didn't lost sleep. I cannot sleep. I couldn't sleep. I was terrified. I was terrified he was going to come back and snatch me.
Both women recall their separate run-ins with Nathaniel Crawford, both saying in the beginning everything seemed normal. That was until he tried to push them into engaging in sexual activities, and both of them said no.
He came to my house at 4 o'clock in the morning, and he told me to come outside to chill with him, and I was like, no, I'm going to go to bed. He started kicking my front door in for like 10 minutes. He stopped, he left, and he came back, and he broke my room window, bust my room window.
The second woman met Crawford when they were kids, but when she came back to Savannah, she says she never expected him to act the way he did.
He done put out threats against me, saying he was going to kill me if I didn't do this and do that. He showed up unannounced, would not leave. I was literally like telling him, yo, you got to leave. Like, you can't be here. He would not leave. He sat outside the door, banging on the door, trying to get in.
Both women say they felt relief when they saw that Crawford was arrested, but shocked by how many other victims have similar stories to theirs.
I was surprised because I didn't realize that it was so many victims that, had an experience with him. I thought I was the only person. Like, I feel bad for all the victims because that's terrifying. He was a crazy person.
That was Isabella Baez reporting. CCSO says Crawford will be taken into custody again, and that happened today on charges of terroristic threats and related criminal acts. Well, new tonight, February is Heart Month, and today millions of people across the country wore red to help raise awareness about heart disease. In Savannah, one local sorority laced up their dancing and exercise shoes to join the movement. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Gamma Sigma Omega chapter hosted Pink Goes Red hip hop aerobics class tonight. In partnership with Curtis V. Cooper Primary Health Care, free blood pressure checks were offered. Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of women, higher even than breast cancer.
Have noticed in the news or checked on social media, you've seen a lot of young people that are actually having heart attacks and strokes. And so it's important that they understand it's not just an older person's disease, it affects everyone.
Know what your blood pressure is, the importance of keeping your blood pressure controlled, knowing what that cholesterol number, what your LDLs are. If you're diabetic, knowing that A1C.
The Heart Association is also encouraging every household to have at least one member who knows hands-only CPR. Young patients at Memorial's Children's Hospital got to spend time with a special visitor today. A mini therapy horse stopped by to help brighten the day for patients and their families. Take a look.
Here at the Children's Hospital, we have a chance for therapy pets to come through the hospital, and we are happy that one of those pets that can come by is a tiny miniature horse who comes by and greets the children. I think that everybody is very excited when Rascal comes by because I think it's a thing that we are not seeing on the regular basis. it normalizes the situation for everybody, and it makes this seem like it is not such a scary place to be. It allows for the children to have fun, to separate from their illness, and to really enjoy the time that they're here.
They're very social animals, and these horses love to interact. When he goes into a hospital room of a child, he'll put his nose right on the bed and snuggle the child, or push their toys, or push their blanket on them, or gently touch their hands, knowing if they're scared or sensitive. He has the best time with people, and I only ask him to do this because he loves it. I don't have a medical degree, but if Healing Hearts causes one, Rascal deserves a medical degree.